Sunday celebration this morning. And yeah, I also just want to say a quick thank you to Miss Natalia as well as Oyamada-san for sharing your testimonies. Truly, in many ways, our Heavenly Parent is working in our lives, or as well as in our brothers and sisters' lives, and not in different ways and from our day-to-day activities. And so I hope that as you were able to receive their testimonies, it has broadened your perspective or broadened your heart in being able to be more intentional in seeing how Heavenly Parent is working in not only in your lives, but in the lives of our brothers and sisters. And Oyamada-san, I know you said you want to create a fan club for Dr. Kambashi, but for me, my personal desire for you would be you could be the next Dr. Kambashi so that I don't have to go to Las Vegas to get that incredible education, but I can just go to your house or here at the church and save money from buying those plane tickets. But yeah, of course, step by step, right? So, so yeah, I also just wanted to just start off as usual with just kind of sharing our family's visitation this past week. We were able to visit two families, or yeah, one Keiko-san, starting with Keiko-san. I think it was on Tuesday, yeah, or Wednesday. But yeah, it was quite chilly that day, in the beginning. But then the sun came out and it was so bright, and just kind of like it reminded me the same spirit that Keiko-san has, of just really bright and loving, and at the end of it, or at the end of our gathering, she gave me like this whole plate of pistachios, and we were just eating it, picking it, eating it, and then we just finished it all. And yeah, it just reminded me how much food is love, and and through nuts, through pistachios, I was able to, yeah, we were able to talk about her family, and just also I got to, or my family got to pay homage or just honor Uncle Dennis Williams. Of course, I never met this brother, but just being able to see his photos just around, and just hearing from Keiko-san what kind of brother he was. Truly, he's such a precious brother, and we felt his just some kind of experience or presence while we were at Keiko-san's house. And next, we were able to meet Sumiko-san. Actually, this last week, Sumiko-san and I we were paired for our moving towards higher ground, and so we wanted to make sure to visit her. And unfortunately, her husband Akira-san is in Japan right now, so I couldn't get to have that time to meet with him. But Sumiko-san was able to, welcome and love us, and prepared a beautiful like Japanese lunch for us to eat, and like traditional Japanese food, and really good and heartwarming, and really fills our heart and our spirit. And yeah, because Sumiko-san often, basically 5 days a week, she's taking care of her grandchildren. Hojun had a blast. Oh, there she is. Yes, she agrees. Yeah, she was able to left and right just be able to play with any toys that her grandchildren already plays with, but also her dog, Piper, a bulldog, such a cute bulldog, so friendly, so cute, and yeah, it was just a really wonderful time we were able to spend together. And yesterday was a historic day. Some of you were able to participate, but this is the only photo I got. I should have just asked my wife for a photo, but last minute preparation, sorry. It was my daughter's birthday, first year birthday. And yeah, so again, she's 1 years old. I cannot believe how 365 days have passed by. She was born in Niigata, Japan, and now celebrating her birthday here in Columbus, Ohio. At first, I thought she'll be a Texan baby, but then we came here. Now, she has been to Japan, flew within her first year of life, flown into New Jersey. That's where we started, and then flew into Texas, and then flew out to Columbus, Ohio. And then in the second week that we were, or first week that we were here in Columbus, she flew to Chicago for passage. So she's been on the plane at least 5 times. Yes. And then of course when she was in her mother's womb, she flew from the U.S. to Japan. And so Yeah, Hojun had a lot already experienced in her, and of course, I hope she can continue to get to know more of you as her cognitive abilities are developing and starting to remember names. So far, it's just uh, Mama and Tata and Baba. But yeah, she's such a joy and really grateful to our Heavenly Parent for this blessing her as her. But also, really want to extend my gratitude to each and every one of you for really taking care of her every single Sunday or every day that you're able to meet during the week, and just really sharing her love. Okay, so today, for my message, I wanted to kind of orient all of us. Um, actually, hold up. We also have this. So this past week was week 2 of our Moving Towards Higher Ground community devotion, an effort for all of us to really prepare this space, our community, this atmosphere, so that we can really feel and experience Heavenly Parents' love as well as anyone coming from the outside. And so week 2 results are here in photos. So we got Uncle Chris Fox and Takenaka-san enjoying Korean food. Tomoko-san, Aunt Marion, Takako-san, and Aunt Stella, Asako-san, and Natalia, and Yumi, and Hayasaka-san. And we also have Hiro, right? I believe. Oh, Kunihiro. Kuni and Michie-san, Yoshie, and Yoko-san, Uncle Bob, and Masako-san, Mr. Kim, and Aunt Fatu, David, Uncle PG, and we also have Aunt Susan and Kaori-san, and I think this was Nishio-san and Uncle Richard. But then, yeah, also Kaori and Alan were able to join, so of course, more the merrier. And looks like they had another sushi party. Is that correct? Yeah, Mr. Nisha. Okay, so whoever's paired up with Mr. Nisha, week 3, you have high expectations. And then we have Tim and Reiko-san and Aunt Yuta and Kaori. And so yeah, of course, these are just the photos that I've received. If there are more activities that are happening, but you just forgot to take a photo or didn't send it to me, don't worry. God, heaven knows your devotion. But I just really, again, want to emphasize my gratitude for everybody participating, really creating this space where we can where Heavenly Parent can freely flow through each and every one of us. And this will be our next step in being able to really expand and create this community in which our true parents have envisioned, where anybody and anyone can come at any time so that they can feel Heavenly Parents' spirit and love through each and every one of us. So this is kind of segueing into this is the Higher Ground Tour. So as we know, President Dunkley came here in early or mid-February this year, and we had that wonderful exchange with his Q&A. But that was already, almost 2.5 months ago or 2 months ago, and the tour has been going on all throughout North America, and just the final stop was this past Sunday at Belvedere. And now President Dunkley, originally we had, or headquarters had planned a Korea pilgrimage to go, which happens every single year. But then President Dunkley had the inspiration of changing that, just like not from the name Korea pilgrimage, but to make it a higher ground pilgrimage, as this time that we're going to be going to Japan and Korea is an extension of the higher ground tour. And it's his essence, or the idea that he has is, he's trying to elevate North America, which is his region, to this state or this understanding how each and every one of us, as sons and daughters of our Heavenly Parent, can be able to go out and be able to proclaim and be bold and confident in our identity as children of God. However, we understand the situation of what's going on with Japan, our movement in Japan, but not even just our movement, but the larger society of the threat of religious freedom in Japan and Korea. And so that's why he wants to take this spirit of America and be able to share with the Japanese and Korean brothers and sisters that will be going. And I will be leaving tomorrow morning to Japan, and on Wednesday, I believe, yeah, we'll be going to Korea. And from Korea, actually, other two people from Ohio are going to be going as well. Fatu Sar and her contact, Linda Thompson, whom I think many of you may be familiar with. She's been a long time contact of our community, but we hope to be able to, yeah, really show her the incredible fruits that True Parents have brought, and then don't tell Aunt Linda yet, but we hope to get her to sign membership and be inspired so that she can join our family and officially, be able to go on that blessing journey. Um, and I want to take you all with me, of course, not physically, but at least mentally, because in this whole entire week, things are happening. And of course, for you here in America, I think only one live stream will be sent, which is uh, around like Friday night, which is around the time of the celebration of True Parents' holy wedding anniversary, as well as the blessing ceremony. But I want you all to know what I will be experiencing to take you through on this journey and so you can know what's going on. So first, tomorrow. Well, tomorrow I'll be leaving, but with the whole time zone, I'll be arriving on Tuesday, April 48th, which is just arrivals. So we'll be flying into our motherland of Japan, and the staff were nice enough to not pack anything in the schedule so we can rest and be able to recover, especially a 13-hour jet lag. And then the second day is mainly the main day that we'll be spending time in Japan, where we'll be in the morning, be participating in a religious freedom panel. And this panel is going to consist of our blessed children, as well as we have selected some ACLC pastor contacts. They will be joining the panel and joining us on this Japan tour, as well as Japanese experts on religious freedom from the Japanese society. So it's not just a panel or an event of just us unificationists, but we are trying to put our voices out to the wider society and be able to share about our faith and be able to, yeah, share, especially to the Japanese citizens, who we are from. And of course, the Japanese members have been already doing that, but from America's perspective, we want to support Japan's efforts. And then next in the afternoon, we're going to be joining the Nabi project, which is kind of street preaching and testifying of this is mainly led by the Japanese blessed children, and we'll be joining them and kind of bringing our the help rally that we had down in Washington D.C. with that same spirit and heart of calling on for help from the Japanese citizens, because we really need the if we need the in order to get the whole nation of Japan to turn around, we need the citizens of Japan to be able to recognize and understand who they are as God's children. And then finally, we'll have an evening program with the Japanese youth, and this is more just kind of heart to heart sharing over a meal. And yeah, we'll have a wonderful time just spending time together. And of course, the Japanese team, starting with President Hori, he is very excited for us to come and he's welcoming. And the first main concern he had was whether if we'll be okay, like our bodies physically, because we'll be just arriving and there's no real time for us to recuperate, but we're just going to go straight in. And so we can really feel the love and the heart of the Japanese hospitality, the Japanese welcome, and just how much they really want to take care of us. And then already on day three, on April 30th, that's the time where we basically just depart to Korea, go straight from Japan to Korea. And then in Korea, same day, day three, it's just arrivals, and we don't have much, or they haven't really planned for us much to do. Because although the Japanese team, or the team going to Japan, we may have been 2 days in the Japanese time zone, but everyone else joining us for the Korean pilgrimage, which is the large majority of them, they're going to be flying in just this day. So just kind of rest, recuperate, and then on May 1st, we'll have an orientation in the morning, and then we'll have a afternoon prayer vigil at the detention center, where our beloved True Mother, Holy Mother Han, is kept. And the whole spirit and purpose of this is to really be able to call upon the help from the spirit world to be able to support our efforts and be able to have move the Korean government to be able to release our True Mother as quickly as possible, so that we can be able to, yeah, support that. And I'm sure we'll be surrounded by other Korean brothers and sisters who can join us as well. And then we have the evening prayer vigil at the Hyeojung Chombo Training Center. So, with us being jet lagged, it'll probably be not too difficult, unless we're too tired. But it will be right during the day in the morning time here, and so we'll be joining that in the Friday. And then the second day, or the second full day, May 2nd, this is the big day, celebration of True Parents' holy wedding and marriage blessing. That'll be taking place. Uh, and then we'll be able to explore the HJ Changwon complex, and we'll have some downtime to be able to explore exactly the environment that our True Mother has been working so hard to establish. And of course, this is the vision that True Father also had back in the early 70s or 60s when he first went to that Cheonpyeong area, and it was all just forest and trees. But he saw the vision and he wanted to create this space for all of humanity, not just unificationists, but for all of humanity, because he knew how precious we as humans are to Heavenly Parent, and that Heavenly Parent wanted a place to connect with us. And then day 6 on May 3rd, we will have a Higher Ground Sunday service. Now, I don't think this will be broadcasted, but it'll probably be recorded, and so maybe you will be able to get a chance to watch it on your own time later. And then we'll have a tour of the Cheonwongung. This marks also like the 1 year anniversary, or last week marked the 1 year anniversary of the establishment of Cheonwongung. And this has been such a near and dear part of our True Parents' heart, because this is really the substantial home in which our Heavenly Parent can be able to come down to this earth and freely, from that point, freely be able to move across this entire world. And of course, it's only due to our lacking in our devotion or connection with Heavenly Parent that we may not feel much of a difference. But True Parents have said that our Heavenly Parent is here. And now it's only our turn and our part to be able to open up our hearts to receive Heavenly Father and Heavenly Mother. And then in that evening, we'll have a closing ceremony, and then we'll depart back home on May 4th. And so, yeah, there's a lot of effort put into this, and we're going to be experiencing a lot of different gatherings and events and all these such. So then, yeah, why put in all this effort to be able to do all this? People are spending thousands of dollars to go to Korea or Japan and then coming back. People are spending so much time and energy in being able to create this program and being able to move people from all across North America, going to be going and back for a week-long trip if I include Japan. So why are we doing all this? I think the main point that I want to point out is because of this. Our True Parents' holy wedding. This is the utmost sacred and maybe you can say most valuable moment in human history. This is a time, or this was what our Heavenly Parent wished to be able to see Adam and Eve go through, to be able to stand as the true parents of all humanity, to be able to have an avenue through True Parents to be able to connect to all of Heavenly Parents' children as they multiplied. And all throughout human history until 1960, True Parents were finally able to have this wedding, a holy wedding, and then Heavenly Parent was able to really connect to so many of his and her children. And thanks to our true parents, we are all here. Not only the fact that we have this church, but really the core of this church is our true parents' vision and the blessings that they've received, that they've given to us. This vision of one family under God. This vision of something much more bigger and beyond ourselves. Teaching that when we are able to live for the sake of another, then we are able to connect to a broader, wider network of people who likewise can be inspired to live for another person as well. And through this domino effect of just love and service and care for one another is how we're going to be able to create this kingdom of heaven in which we have been professing and trying to share and talk about and live so many times, year after year. And so I hope that, I want to instill into each and every person here, throughout this week, it's not just the Friday night broadcast that is really what we should be focused on paying attention to, but every single day we can be in awe, in reverence of the days leading up to our true parents' holy wedding anniversary. Just how much and how precious they are, reflecting on how precious they are to our Heavenly Parent. And also reflecting on how blessed we are to know true parents and be able to receive that blessing directly. Because everybody here has our lives been touched by true parents. Just the fact that you are here, there is some reason as to how true parents are connected to you. And of course, we're not perfect, and we have made mistakes even after knowing true parents and even after knowing the ideal. But that's not to say that you are still loved, and true parents still love you. Heavenly parents still love you. And I think it's just the point that we need to be able to reflect and learn to forgive ourselves if there's anything that's weighing in your heart, and be able to forgive the other person if someone else has hurt your heart. Actually, President Dunkley's message last week in Belvedere was very profound in being able to just kind of walk you through how to love someone even if they're your enemy, and how to love someone even if they're hurting the one you love. It's a very powerful and deep message that he offered, and I would recommend everybody to please take a moment to listen if you can throughout this week. And all in the name of being able to prepare ourselves internally to welcome this day that our Heavenly Parent is so happy and joyfully being able to experience. And so I hope everybody also has an experience, no, not just clicking that play button on your computer screen and just be like, all right, let's watch what's going on. But take some time either before or even after to really celebrate with your families too. How precious this time is, and be able to maybe sit down at a dinner over dinner and just be able to share like, oh yeah, I'm grateful to true parents because they did this for our family and I learned this. There's so much that we can be able to learn and be able to remind ourselves when we take that moment to reflect. And everything that's going around in this world, at least within our movement, is really centered upon this point, because our true parents were able to claim that victory for Heavenly Parent, this victory of becoming true parents and standing as the true parent of all humankind. And true parents have also, or Father has also reminded us that the parent-child relationship is the essential universal relationship. And so it's through our true parents that we're able to reconnect. And the word religion, the English language actually comes a lot derived from the Latin language. Of course, Latin is not really is used at all around the world, but it roots from Latin. And the word religion means the re is like the reconnecting, and the religious part, logos, God, to reconnect to God. So religion is ultimately meant to help people reconnect to God. But I'd like to really say, that's like through religion and through the history, like theology and the teachings of religion, it helped people turn towards the direction towards God. But it's really true parents are the substance of all the religion that religion has been professing throughout these years. And because true parents are here, we're able to connect to our Heavenly Parent as the parent. And no matter how old we may be, we are forever children of our Heavenly Parent. And so I just want to really emphasize that point. And finally, from our true mother's words, from the Mother of Peace, Mother shares that God said, I am the Alpha and the Omega, and I have been waiting for the Mother of the universe since the creation of the world. When I heard those words, I knew what my future was to be, and it settled in my heart and created an ocean of calm. In the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve talked with God directly and heard God's words with their own ears. I had such direct conversations with God from a young age. From her memoir, Mother shows like her relationship with Heavenly Parent. Already from a young age, she was able to hear directly Heavenly Parent's words. And in few paragraphs before and few paragraphs after, she says like hearing God's words was just kind of like it in this clear blue sky. It just kind of came down upon her. In another paragraph, she says it comes from her heart and kind of just wells up. And so for Mother, those are just her experiences, and I think maybe many of us have our own unique experience of how we're able to communicate and connect with Heavenly Parent. But this is the example in which our Mother is showing that we, as children of Heavenly Parent, have this right and this amazing connection that we can make as long as we let ourselves to be connected. And so now, throughout this week, again, as we are nearing the celebration of True Parents' holy wedding anniversary, and of course, there will be a lot of fanfare and excitement surrounding the the couples who will be receiving the blessing at this time. I hope that each and every one of us are able to take this week to really reflect on your relationship with true parents, your gratitude towards true parents and Heavenly Parent. And so that when you do so, I guarantee you that whether it be your day, that day, or your week, will be much in a brighter, lighter sense when you're able to make that reflection and commitment to thinking about our Heavenly Parent and true parents. And so with that, I'd like to just kind of close out with this discussion question. What is one thing you are grateful for having met true parents? But also put in that why. Share the reason. Why are you grateful for true parents for that one thing? And so we'll take this next 5 minutes to share with the person next to you. And we'll go from there. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everybody, for taking that time to reflect and share. Um, would anyone like to share in front of the whole group at least one thing? I'm sure you must have listed out so many things, but at least one thing that you are grateful for having met true parents and why. Everyone's feeling shy today? Okay, let's first welcome up Uncle Bob Becker.
Well, there's lots of things, but one thing I told Yoko was, yeah, when I was young, um, I didn't tell her this actually, but um, there was a kid lived just down the street from us in my older brother's class, and he had a father who was making a lot of money, but he was busy all the time making all that money. He gave incredible gifts to his son. When he turned 16, he gave him a new Jaguar car. But this, I don't know, maybe because his dad wasn't there, I don't know what exactly, but the kid actually ended up committing suicide. So I realized, wow, he had everything you could want, but, you know, just having material things isn't going to make you happy. So I felt like, wow, okay, that's not what's going to make me happy. What is the way to happiness? But I didn't have a clue until I met true parents and uh, discovered what's a spiritual reality and, you know, what's life really supposed to be like. So I was really grateful for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Uncle Bob. Yeah, so the spiritual reality and the secrets of really what brings joy and happiness to people. Thank you. And would anyone else like to share? What are you grateful for? Oh, okay. So first, I saw two hands, so I think we'll go with those. Actually, I forgot to introduce, but my parents are here, my physical parents, because they came to celebrate my daughter's birthday. And my father wants to share, so yeah, Koji Ozawa. Dad, please come up.
Thank you, everyone. I'm Koji Ozawa, Yasu father. What's grateful, I think, is a blessing. Because me and my wife, Father Martin in New York, then we get the true parents' blessing. Completely different thinking, completely different for character. Then Father Martin, he said, I saw your next generation coming, result is good. Then I get three children, uh, one daughter, two sons. Then first son, Yasutaka. All children is very faithful, very kind. But many people said, I can't believe your couple birth to this child. Then now, yes, it's a blessing. Then he get the daughter, our first granddaughter. I saw that granddaughter is a more cute, faithful, got a lot of blessing. That's why we first get the matching to me and my wife. We don't understand how important is blessing. But the result, we saw the result is more better, more better, more better. Then I hope it's a kingdom of heaven coming to the earth. This is, yeah, children parents. Yeah, blessing. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dad. Yes, I'll keep making you proud by making more babies, right, Sena? Okay, and next, last but not least, let's welcome up Uncle Gary Abrahams.
So I have to thank Robert Becker for this. So the only reason I'm speaking is because of his testimony. So when I was 16, my parents had a lot of money. They bought me a brand new Corvette. Not a Jaguar. Corvettes were better. Yeah. So they bought me a Corvette. Of course, you know, the way they raised me, they taught me gratitude. So instead of feeling depressed, I felt gratitude. So to be wealthy is helping you be happy, not necessarily a guarantee. So it depends on your attitude and your gratitude. But true parents, when I was 13, because of my gratitude, I started having conversations with God. And at 13, I asked God, how can I get to know you better? I want you to be a part of my life. And God told me, walk hand in hand with Jesus. Not in front of him, not behind him, but together. So I started doing that. Of course, my life was up and down. So some days were good, some days I wasn't walking with Jesus, some days I was. And so eventually, though, step by step, Jesus prepared me. He told me, through others, not directly, that the Messiah was on the earth. So by the time I was in college, I had clear revelations, Messiah's on the earth. So I asked God, what can I do? If the Messiah's on the earth, then I need to meet him, because you told me to walk with Jesus. Now I need to, anyway, I need to find the Messiah. So then I started searching for the Messiah. And somebody asked me who my spiritual parent was, and I always say the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit was guiding me. So I met people, but they weren't my spiritual parent. Really, I felt like it was God or the Holy Spirit. So then when I met the church in Wyoming, Laramie, Wyoming, in the middle of nowhere, the first time I met the members, they sat down and they wanted to know my life story. And I told them, I'm here to find the Messiah. They said, oh, very interesting. Then you should come to the weekend workshop. So that's what happened. So.
All right, thank you, Uncle Gary, for that short, brief testimony of your journey to being able to, meet our true parents and Heavenly Parent in the community. But thank you, everybody. Of course, I'm sure there's a whole lot of other gratitude points as well as different experiences that you may have, some direct relationship or others maybe just indirectly. But please take this time to reflect on it, remember, and for those who haven't started, start writing it down in an autobiography, because your stories, your experiences with true parents are going to be the treasures for the future. And that's really because true parents are the treasures of humanity as well as for Heavenly Parent. And so, please take this week to really think about and reflect on your relationship with true parents as we are coming to the advent of the anniversary of our true parents' holy wedding. And so with that, I just wanted to leave you. Okay, there you go. Take time to reflect on your relationship with Heavenly Parent, true parents, and please tune in to the live broadcast, which is most likely going to be sometime in Friday evening. and I'll try to see if I can get that link emailed out to you within this week. And please, yeah, welcome that day, welcome that time with joy, with festivities, and yeah, make the most out of it with your families, and be able to celebrate just this incredible experience that we have with true parents. So with that, I'll leave you that Heavenly Parent loves you. Don't forget that true parents love you so much, and Jesus loves you as well as I do. So thank you so much, brothers and sisters, and have a blessed week.